back to the Daily Grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
I've got to start this video off and let everybody know that my mama called. She said, I seen you on TV, son. Shit done changed ever since we was on. I dreamed it all ever since I was young. They said I wouldn't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. To MMA from the Heartland on the new baby girl. He said she's here. The wife is healthy. The baby's healthy. Actually, you said exactly. Let me read your note. He said, hey, thank you so much to all of the full-time family that messaged me earlier and all of you that might not have seen it, but we just had an 8 pounds, 12 ounce girl. She's healthy and so is mama. Thank you for all your support. And hey, full-time, could you give me and baby Heartland a shout out? Thank you all week and can't wait. Oh, wait, read more. There's more. To get back to the troll clipping. Congratulations, MMA from the Heartland and baby Heartland. This is from Super Cash himself. Congratulations for me and all my super subscribers. So, so you got a fucking shout out from the super subscribers, Superman himself, and the full-time family. You already know what time it is. Congratulations, sir, man. And yeah, like he said, thank you for all the support of the full-time family that's been giving him support in the comments. I seen it. It's a family affair. Got me feeling good in this beer. Fuck you, Tab Matt. All right, let's get to this video. So, oh yeah, well, that was congratulations from Super Cash and his super subscribers, but shout out to MMA from the Heartland and baby Heartland. Fuck you, Tab Matt, dude. Oops. Excuse my language. All right, Darren Till, that's what this video is going to be about. He's explaining who he believes would be the toughest fight in the welterweight division. And he name dropped Damian Maia, so I'm going to talk about that for a second. But when he described who the toughest fight in the welterweight division was.
You're very confident, obviously. And if you look at the division and you look at the other fighters in your division, who do you think that will give you the hardest fight of all of them?
A guy that can bring me up my pace. A guy who can just come in, doesn't give a fuck about what I do, and just drives me to the fence, tries to throw me on my back and just beat the shit out of me. You know, I mean, I hope they're not watching now because they're all gonna do it. Shit, what have I said?
You have a name in mind?
Sorry?
You have a name in mind?
I think really the hardest person in the welterweight division is Damian Maia. I do. It's just we've seen time and time again. You think, oh yeah, I can. It's mad being in that world of like the grounds. I always think about with my coach Marcelo Brigadier when he'd call me to roll and I'd be like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. They just bring you into this crazy world of false insecurity and they just fucking strangle the life out of you when they're ready. Good. And Damian does that. Damian doesn't come in to punch or whatever. He thought he was a striker a few years ago and you know, now he's gone back to what he knows, and he is, to me, you know, I think he's the biggest challenge for anyone. You know, I know Corby's fighting him now and Corby's a relentless wrestler. But I believe that Damian is the hardest fight in the welterweight division.
All right, so with that being said, what Darren Till had to say was Damian Maia. He said he feels like, you know, Damian Maia's, which a lot of us, you know, are aware of. Damian Maia's got probably in the welterweight division. He's the highest skilled jiu-jitsu black belt player in the welterweight division. Maybe in the UFC, that's to be determined, but still, Damian Maia is that dude. But after he gave Damian Maia his props, and one thing we do have to consider is Darren Till speaks Portuguese. He moved there, and I think he lived there for 9 years after he moved from Liverpool. When I was doing research on Darren Till, they said it was after a near-death experience. I need to do more research and see what that was about, because I'm not sure. But I know Darren Till's been a fighter, man, since he was 12, 14 years old. They said he's been knocking out grown men since he was 15, 16. He moved to Brazil, had a baby, learned, and so he had to stay. He said in the post-fight press conference, he said, hey, I had a baby, so it was, I can't, what am I going to do? I got to stay here for my kid. Fuck you, Time Matt. There ain't no other option. So, you know, that was dope to hear. But he said he also learned Portuguese and everything. So he's got Brazilian heritage. I mean, and when I say heritage, that might be the wrong word, but he he has Brazilian tutelage at least, so of course he respects Damian Maia and is going to give Damian Maia his props. Also, Damian Maia's got a fight coming up next week versus Colby Covington, who Darren also said was a relentless wrestler. But when Darren Till explained who he considered the toughest fight, and when he wasn't talking about Damian Maia, there was one name I thought of. And if you heard what he was saying, he was like, somebody that's going to not give a fuck about my game, you know, push me against the cage and just pretty much be a savage. You know who I thought of? It wasn't the champion Tyron Woodley. It wasn't even my boy Jorge Masvidal. It wasn't Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. It wasn't Carlos Condit. It wasn't none of these guys in the top 5. You know who I thought of? Kamaru Usman. Motherfucking, when I think of somebody that's a dominant force, and this would probably be a better fight for Darren Till right now. I mean, he's ranked 12. Darren Till did just get catapulted into the top 15 with the win over Donald Cerrone. But Kamaru Usman has been begging for his shot to fight one of these contenders. And I think, aside from Mike Perry, Kamaru Usman versus Darren Till would be such a fucking great fight. I actually think I seen somebody in the comments say something about it. Maybe Kamaru Usman versus 2018. I'm fine with that, bro. Kamaru Usman needs his shot. He's starting to be vocal about it. I didn't even really know much about the plight of Kamaru Usman before he joined Ariel Helwani and explained that he's been calling out these dudes after his fights and they don't want the fight. So that shit only works if the other person says yes. You can scream on the mic till your fucking lungs are blue, but if you're calling out somebody that doesn't want to fight you, that's not gonna work. As much as the UFC wants that person to fight you because you gave them free, you know, promotion. When you're on the mic, they can run that through their embeds or through their fucking, you know, all the shit promotion leading up, commercials. They can have Kamaru Usman, hey, I want someone in the top 5. Damian Maia, where you at? You know, you can't grab him. You know something I'm saying? They can run that. They can use that as that's free. They don't have to pay it and make it up. I've heard Chael Sonnen and others talk about this in the business. The UFC loves that promotion because you're doing like when Kevin Lee and Tony Ferguson got into that spat in their Fox interview. That helped Kevin Lee get a fight because that little interview, it was real, and you know it was, you know, the millions of dollars of promotion because they can use that on their commercials and everything. So, but if Tony Ferguson said no to Kevin Lee, the UFC couldn't have used that footage because that fight wouldn't have happened. So the UFC probably wants Kamaru Usman to get some of these fights or the guys that he's called out. But you can't make people say yes. And we learned that every available ranked welterweight has turned down Kamaru Usman. So he's ranked number 12 and he probably deserves to be ranked higher because he's undefeated in the UFC. 5-0, I believe. 4 of those fights were decisions. His last win was a knockout. But even though those fights were decisions, they were dominant. He outstruck every single opponent, scored more takedowns on every single opponent, knocked out the last guy he fought. I believe his name was Sergio Moraes, and when he knocked him out, he made the dude do a motherfucking backflip. He did a gainer and shit. Okay, not a gainer because he didn't jump off his... motherfucker do a backflip, you know, in the octagon, man. Straight fucking beast, bro. Kamaru Usman, I can't wait to see his next fight. It's actually versus Emil Meek, which I'll probably pick Kamaru Usman to win, but that's not the fight that for either one of those guys. I like Emil Meek and Kamaru Usman, but I just did that match make, I mean, it's good that they both get to fight on UFC 219, so whoever wins, it's going to be a good thing. But that's not enough because we've seen TJ Dillashaw got to fight on UFC 200 and got a win, but that didn't get him his title shot. He still got skipped. So just because these guys get a win on UFC 219, I mean, it's going to be about what they do afterwards still. And if Kamaru Usman grabs the mic and maybe calls out Darren Till, that'd be dope as fuck. I know Darren Till and Mike Perry have got some shit they got to get settled now. Mike Perry's already scheduled to fight Santiago Ponzinibbio, though. I heard, I was listening to the MMA Hour, or somebody was saying, I mean, it sucks for Kamaru, I mean, it sucks for Santiago. Now that Mike Perry and Darren Till just did all that and they got this fight built up, they might have to take Santiago out of that fight and insert Darren Till, just because that'd be a huge fight, a big fight now. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in the welterweight division, which is good. We needed the deck shuffled because Tyron Woodley pretty much cleared out the top 5 of the guys that were challenging for the belt or that wanted to. I mean, the next #1 contender was Robbie Lawler, and pretty much every time he's been asked about a rematch with Tyron Woodley to get his belt back, he's kind of avoided it or said he's not really interested. He, you know, he wants to do it for his fans and his friends and his coaches and stuff, but he isn't too interested in getting that title back from Tyron. You know, it's not really making him itch. He's not really dying dying to do that. And it's been 3 separate occasions where he's been asked about getting that title shot, and he's not dying for it. So he's fighting RDA coming up. But other than that, man, Darren Till, he's on everybody's radar. I think the difference between Darren Till and Kamaru Usman is somebody said yes to Darren Till. If Donald Cowboy Cerrone had said yes to Usman instead of Darren Till, we might be talking about Kamaru Usman. But all of these guys are saying no to Usman, so how is he ever really going to get his name out there? Darren Till luckily found that guy, Donald Cerrone, anyone, anywhere, anytime. So we're going to have to wait until we get another guy like that. And really, even the people like that at the top of the welterweight division, like Jorge Masvidal, he's a guy that's anytime, anywhere, any place. But now that he's finally getting his fucking just due, when he's probably deserved it for a while, he's even getting to the point to where he's saying the fights have to make sense. I've been fighting anyone, anywhere, anytime my whole life. Now that I'm finally getting recognition, it's time for me to start taking smart fights. So I can't wait for Kamaru Usman to get his next opportunity, but whenever Darren Till said what he said in that post-fight press conference, that's the first person I thought of. Darren Till sounded like he was saying, anybody that's going to be a fucking savage and push me against the cage and not give a fuck about what I'm going to do. I do plan on binge watching Kamaru Usman in the next couple of days, watching his last 4 fights. I seen his last knockout, but I want to see his last 4 decisions. I want to watch all of those and see how he looked in those fights, if it was just, you know, fucking dudes up or what was going on, if he's going to be that guy Darren Till described. So I'm going to binge watch Kamaru Usman in the coming days, but he's definitely fucking a guy that I'm looking forward to, just from everything happening in the last couple of weeks with everybody turning him down, and he's starting to be more vocal about it, which is dope because now he's letting everybody know. So Darren Till named Damian Maia, but the person I thought of was Kamaru Usman. Congratulations to MMA from the Heartland. Usman. Alright, MMA from the Heartland, congratulations on your new baby girl, sir. Shout out to you and baby Heartland. It is what it is. Let the full-time family know what the freak you tab at in the comments. And I better see some congratulations. I don't even gotta say that. I already know what the fuck's it. What the fuck am I talking about? I'm out.
Bye, Felicia.